Blessed evening, collective. I'm going to try to jump right into this because I don't know how much time I'm actually going to have, but I want to do this. I just feel like doing this, and I feel nervousness. There's nervousness here. That's definitely present. It's the feeling of it's time to make the move. It's time for something to happen. It's time to make a statement. It's time to put yourself out there. It's just like, I know it's always time. It's this repeating message because energy moves in layers and it wraps back around on itself, and it is time for a lot of people. And when we don't get the message and we put it off, that doesn't change the message. It doesn't stop being time. It just gets reinforced more and more and more. For example, I've been losing my earrings repeatedly. They keep falling out. For various reasons. It's happened just in the warehouse as well as other things. And the message is, get some new earrings. I know that's very simple, but that's the message. I've lost the backs to both of them, their gauges, and get some new earrings. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We're gonna keep finding them for you, but it's gonna get harder and harder because just get some new earrings. And I also have this feeling it has to do with the fact that these are both synthetic material. The other one's not there. They're acrylic, they're plastic. This one especially has like a weird coating that's flaking off. I don't feel like it's really good for my body. And I had been considering getting some stone and natural material earrings, and this was just the push that was like, yeah, do that, because this isn't working anymore. Do something else. Do the thing that you feel drawn to. We're being pushed to just do that thing. Just do it. It's gonna get harder not to. Harder and harder. There's this theme also of having our beliefs really clarified. We're having a lot of challenge. There's a lot of challenge being presented. All of this contrast is really sharpening our focus on what is the desire. First of all, what is it that we actually believe? Are we carrying some beliefs that we didn't even think about? We don't really even think they're true. We don't really want them. They don't really belong to us. We've just been carrying them around, and now that we're paying attention to them, now that we've had them pointed out, we can go, oh, I don't want to carry that anymore. Or, oh, yes, thank you. This is what I want to hold on to. And in the face of the challenge of this, I'm feeling more powerfully into this belief. And why? Why do I feel the need to carry this belief, or the desire to? Does it feel like a need? That's a good question. Does it feel like this is something I need to carry or something I want to carry? Because that should be your decision point. Do I feel like I need this? Why do I feel like I need this? Is it really a want? Can I lean into that want? Or is there something else here that is making me afraid to put it down? And that's why I feel like I need to hold on to it. Or, again, is that really just a really strong want? And I can understand that and step into that place of, yes, I want this because it feels good, because I like this. This belief serves me because it feels good to me. And what serves me the most is feeling good. That's what that means. What serves you feels good because it serves you to feel good. Feeling good is good for you. Anyway, we're having that challenged, pushed against, so that we can find clarity around what it is that we believe and strengthen ourselves in that confidence in that position, because confidence is not resistance. I'm not resisting what you're saying. Your challenge of my belief is not perceived as a threat to me. I'm standing in this place saying, yeah, sure, I believe what I want, what I choose, because it feels good to me, and nothing sways me from that. This is not a problem. It's not a problem that you believe differently, or you don't like my belief, or whatever. None of that is a problem. That is more than fine. Excellent. Doesn't affect me, doesn't affect you. We're good here. I stand in this belief because it feels good to me, because it is my desire and nothing deters me from my desire. So we're also learning more about desire, having that clarified big time. A lot of that is to do with contrast, things that we're feeling and experiencing that we're actually realizing, maybe for the first time, letting ourselves see, gosh, I don't like this. this doesn't feel good to me. This feels icky, this feels off, this just isn't, it's not authentic to me. It doesn't feel good. So why am I doing it? Well, what's it showing me? What's it pointing me towards? What does feel good to me? What would feel good? How do I focus more in that direction and move that way? How do I let this experience of contrast guide me to my desire? And understanding that I have to know what's unwanted to know what's wanted. So that's great. I'm grateful for that. And in ways, that means that I want experience of unwanted. So again, nothing's gone wrong here. All of this is great. Now, I can use this experience to shift my focus onto the desire and realize not only is this clarifying my desire, the pain of it is showing me what's false. So I'm recognizing now desire and truth are kind of one and the same thing. My desire is the true reality. What I desire is real. What I don't want isn't. That's a pretty powerful thought to start thinking. I'm being shown what isn't real by being shown what isn't wanted. And that is directing me towards what is real, because what is real is what's wanted. And now reality and desire are the same thing. My desired reality is the real reality. Actually, it's the truth. My desired reality is reality. And all of this undesired whatever is not even true. So it's not a problem, no sweat, no threat, nothing to worry about there. Thank you for helping me focus again this direction. Seeing what's true, what's real, what's wanted. Sharpening, intensifying, standing in that powerful place, again, of knowing nothing deters me from my desire. My desire feels good to me, and nothing stops me from feeling good. I choose to feel good, no matter what. I choose to bask in my desire, to believe in it, to trust it, to just stay over here as often as I can. And when I'm over here, I'm appreciating that it's going to direct me back this way more powerfully with greater clarity, greater intensity. So I'm not even worried about spending any time over here. I know the purpose of it is to pivot me back again. It's all good. Everything is working out for me. So I'm going to pull on the soulmate cycle, which I haven't done specifically in a while. Just laughing at the tower, which is, of course, I have no idea what's here. I haven't touched this deck specifically in a little while. Yeah, I just heard London Bridge is falling down. There's big changes happening. And I'm getting epiphanies, just like striking realizations of, oh my God, I don't want this. And oh my God, I do want this. I want this. This means I really want that. And I mean, what's the card that wants to come off the top? Come on. We're pulling on the soulmate cycle. Oh my God, what is it that I want? What you want wants you. You're brought together by universal forces. These are not the laws of man. These are the laws of the universe, the laws of nature. You think you can defy the laws of nature? You don't even want to. Doing that doesn't feel good. The laws of nature are there for you. They're there to serve you and support you and benefit you in your feeling good. All right, what's under the tower? Temperance. Yeah, it's all good stuff. It is all good stuff. All of this dramatic change, all of this drama, whatever these challenges are, they're here to help us bring in the good stuff. What's underneath that? Yeah, the Fool. Totally new, fresh. This is a new start. I always think of Arrested Development when I say those words. This is it's pushing us towards somewhere we've never been. It feels weird, it feels strange because we're used to the shit. Again, we're used to the polluted fishbowl. When that water gets changed and it's all fresh stuff coming in and oh my God, everything has opened up and I can see and feel and what is this? Put it back. Put it back because it's strange and unfamiliar and I don't get it. It doesn't go back. It doesn't go back. You don't unexplode the tower. All of this is falling apart because it's not meant to last. It's meant to go away now. It's meant for us to move on from this. We've outgrown. I'm reading the text that I got from the person I'm seeing because she's going to be here in about 30-40 minutes. So that's why I am not trying to hurry this, but let myself feel it and move through it and not hesitate, not question. It's kind of nice to have a little bit of a time limit because it encourages me to just get into it and flow with it. So here we go. This is almost a devil's tower. Yeah, it's time to move on from this. What is it that we are moving away from? Stuff that we don't need anymore. We might think we need it. Again, question anything that you feel like you need. Anything that feels like need. Not necessarily that you do or you don't want it. It's just, it's a fucking alert. Sorry. Other shit. Distraction is in the energy. I'm just going to put that out there. We're a little distracted. We're a little scattered. But we keep being brought back to this. We can't get away from this. Examining something. Examining a situation, a belief, a feeling. It keeps coming back because there's something there for us to see. There's something to look at. Why is it that we feel stuck to it? Why is it that we feel like we can't let go of it? What is it about it that keeps us bringing it back? Is there a sort of pleasure taken in it? Because that happens a lot. Oh, thinking thoughts that are painful, there's a sort of pleasure in that. When you have an identity that's formed around thinking thoughts like, nobody loves me, no one will ever accept me, right? Stuff like that. This is hopeless. That identity takes pleasure in the thinking of those thoughts. Let it. Acknowledge that. Look at that and see it happening and go, oh yeah, there's a weird sort of kinky enjoyment happening with this. Like pushing on a bruise, you know? It's that kind of thing. Or wiggling a tooth that's loose and it's like, it hurts, but it kind of hurts in a good way. Acknowledge that. Let yourself take your weird, kinky, freaky pleasure in whatever painful thoughts are being repeated and perhaps perpetuating certain things in your experience. Let yourself enjoy that. Acknowledge that there's a part that enjoys that and just accept it. You don't have to be afraid of that. All we want is to feel good anyway, so feel good in any way that you possibly can. Expand your horizons of pleasure. Don't worry. Only what we resist persists. And really, when we accept things, we just invite more of things like that. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this because that didn't make a lot of sense. When we resist an experience entirely, we keep that exact same energy repeating. Instead of just allowing it, seeing it as, oh yeah, this is good. I wanted to have this experience. I let myself have this experience. Now by my perception that everything is good, I'm actually changing the energy that I'm putting out there. Instead of putting out the energy of, oh no, I hate this, and getting back more of, oh no, I hate this, I'm putting out the energy of, yeah, this is great. Everything is great. So now what I start getting back is that feeling. Everything is great. Things that perpetuate that emotion. Yeah, everything's great. It's what we're putting out. When you resist, you get back resistance. When you're allowing, you kind of allow more allowance. You're flowing more of that, and things flow more easily to you and through you. Anyway, the floodgates are open. It's time to go. It's time to go. We've already moved on. Energetically, we've moved on. We've left. We've changed. We have already moved on. The choice has already been made. There is nothing stopping this. It's time to just realize that and go with the flow. Flow with the go. Let it happen. So here we go. Why are we here? How fast can I pull this reading before the woman I love walks through that door? Why are we here? Okay, that was pretty quick. Yeah. Go time. Movement. Forward. Swift forward motion. This is what we're doing. It's time. And it's time to communicate. There's something that was realized here. Something has broken. We're seeing the other side. We're seeing how we've been keeping ourselves from what it is that we want. And we have all the power. We have all the power right now to make this choice to just go towards it. To liberate ourselves. That is our power. It's within our hands. The energy is aligned for it. It's all moving that direction. We're the only ones that have been holding it up. We're the only ones that have been holding it up. There's that King of Cups again. This energy is weird to me. It's like trying to keep a zipped lip, but it wants to spill. It wants to express so bad. And it's maybe afraid of saying too much or being too much or giving too much, revealing too much. Just let it out. Let it all out. You're not going to be satisfied with anything less. Forget what somebody thinks. Forget how they're going to receive it. This isn't about them. This is about you. This is about your expression. Going all in. Go for it. Yeah, come on. There's the fucking Ace of Cups underneath. Exploding. Let that shit out. What's underneath that? Six. Yeah. Six of Pentacles. Afraid of giving too much. Afraid a little bit of the dream. Believe in the dream. It's not too good to be true. It's too good not to be true. That's how your soul thinks. That's how your soul perceives. It's too good not to be true. That's the truth. If you want it, it's real. That is the truth of reality. That's how this works. Your desire exists because it is. That's it. You wouldn't have that desire if it weren't already being experienced by you. Oh, I'm dropping cards. I'm a mad woman. What are we even pulling on here? I might pause this for a brief moment. Okay. Okay. Brief pause. I'll be right back. Okay. I couldn't focus without stopping to read the text and make sure I knew when about she was going to show up. So this is what it is. There's that is in the energy. I can't focus until I do this thing. I gotta do this. I can't focus on anything else but this. Yeah, I get that here. These are cards that fell out. I'm gonna keep them to the side. Although they work just as well in positions, I'm gonna hold them aside. Six of Cups, Page of Cups, Two of Wands. We've wanted to do this for such a long time. There's something we've wanted to say. Something that it's not quite an apology as much as I'm sorry, I didn't tell you the truth. I'm sorry to myself for not just having been honest about this, because this is what I've been feeling for so long. This is deep. I'm sorry for not revealing the depths of my feelings for you or about this. It's something's been brewing for a long time, and we're just, again, it's not an apology like I did something wrong. It's an apology of I haven't been honest with myself and with you, and I want to be honest. And so I'm sorry that I've been going against what I want, actually. I'm sorry that I've been denying myself my desire. It's time for the truth to come out. It's time for justice to be had. Yeah. It's go. It's time to go. It's go time. We're all in one direction, because we're realizing if we're not all in, we're all out, and we're leaving ourselves out. All right. Position number 1, mental energy of the connection right now. It's transition. Don't be alarmed that it's death. I mean, it's rebirth. It's death, rebirth. It's getting a refresh. It's resurrection. It's getting a reboot, something totally new. And it might be happening internally because there's this awareness of, oh my God, I never took action and it's over. I let it pass. I let it pass me by. So I gotta do something. Oh my God, is there a chance? Just this feel. I'm seeing it now that I feel like I've missed it. I'm realizing how much I really don't want to miss it. Oh my God, I gotta go see what's in the 3D. Yeah, it's flowing. It's flowing. It's time for, it's spilling all over the place. This is not a sealed cup. This is just wicked hot. It's hot. I get hot water from that. It's boiling, it's bubbling, it's all over the place, and I'm drawn to the dark blue, which for me really is, it's a little bit of heightened awareness and verbal just spewing. It's coming out. It's time for this to be revealed. Because again, we never did, and it's kind of that, you know, what are the things that I don't want to take with me to my grave? What if I died tomorrow, would I be happy with myself never having expressed this? Or if this person died tomorrow, would I be happy never having expressed this? That's a real thought here. And the soul says go. The soul says go. There's bravery. The soul, it's not quite an in and out. We're faffing about still a little bit with this. I get it. We are. But the soul is just, it's like giving these steady pulses of go, 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 go. And every time there's even a little bit of wavering in between, the soul is just, it's like that friend behind you with their hand on your shoulder saying, go, go, man, go. Tell her how you feel. Just do it. Just go. So we start to chicken out a little bit, but we've got that hand right there and that voice in our ear. That's the voice of the soul right now saying, really, man, I know you're afraid because of how much you feel and you don't want to mess this up. Forget about all of that. How would you feel if you never told her, if you never expressed this? Oh, just let that, can you feel that panic, that, oh my God, no, in your gut? That's telling you, you got to do this. You got to do that. You want to do this. Focus on the fact that it's your desire, that it's what you want, and then do it because it feels good to you. Do it because I am following my desire. In the name of my desire, I take action. That's it. And it doesn't matter what happens. I'm pleasing myself in this. There's the King of Cups. It's big love. I mean, the King of Cups holds the Ace of Cups. No, it's not the Queen, which is like the most emotionally open energy. It's reserved. It's afraid. But the King holds as much emotion as the Queen. It's just, it's just afraid of giving it, afraid of revealing again. But the fact that we might miss this chance is really pushing us to do this here. And it's showing us how special this is, how much we feel. Oh my God, I feel so much. I've never felt this much. This is special. This is important. It's the black swan feeling of like, I've never seen anything like this before. I've never felt anything like this before. All of that freaks me out. And it makes me feel like I don't want to mess this up. But also I know if I don't take action, if I don't just express towards it, I am not going to be happy. I am not going to be able to live with myself. What I want is to move towards this. So here we go. What's in the final outcome position? Here we go. Here we go. It's all coming out. It's coming into the light. Yeah, there's a little bit of pain here. It's scary. It's so bright. When you've lived your life in a cave, stepping out into the sun is terrifying. Think of animals that have spent their entire lives in cages. You've seen those videos where they're seeing the sun, feeling grass for the first time. A lot of them are afraid because this is weird. It's that same fishbowl energy. We're suddenly out in the sun feeling real happiness, and we've never felt it before. Do you know how many people haven't felt real happiness? I know it took me a long time. It took me a long time. It took me 31 years to understand what happiness felt like. Genuine article joy. And it's still a little scary. There's still all kinds of components within myself that reject it because they're used to this other thing. There's this whole sense of self and identity built on this other thing. This feels weird. Are we allowed to feel this? This is dangerous. All of that kind of stuff. And maybe we just go back in the cave because it felt safe. And yeah, it sucked and it was moist and sticky and really not fun, but it was familiar. We understood it. And we got the little tiny, pieces. We had that much sun poking through. I don't know why I'm facing the card the other direction. We had, just a couple of rays. And that's what we thought happiness was. That's what we thought love was. That's what we thought the world was, and you know, it wasn't much, but it was there, and we survived on it, we got by. No, it's time for the full spectrum of experience to open up, the full spectrum of joy and of love to be received, to be experienced. There is so much more than we have allowed in our experiences. I just, nope, it is the witches. And when you start feeling it, it feels like a dream, because the dream is the reality. And that's what it's actually meant to feel like. It's meant to be, oh my God, this is so good. And I'm so grateful. And it just keeps getting better. And that's just how it works. The mind keeps saying, how? How is this possible? Because it is. Because this is how it is. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how it works. Love only gets deeper. It only gets better. We only experience more pleasure. Things only ever work out more and more for us. We only get more happy. We only desire more and get more, and then desire more and get more. That's how this works. We are given to. We ask and it is given freely, abundantly. You see how happy this guy is to be giving? I mean, sometimes I feel this. It doesn't matter how I feel this sometimes. This is the universe saying, I love to flow. I love to flow to you. I love to give to you. I am you. You asked. You created it by your asking. And you have this infinite abundance of resources that is now flowing to you, because that's your desire, because that's my desire, because it feels good. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. You benefit not just yourself, but everybody by receiving what you asked for. Your pleasure serves you and serves all self. Not only do you not impede anybody in your receiving. I had this thought earlier today. I felt guilt over how happy I was. Guilt over how much joy and satisfaction and eagerness and excitement I felt, and how much gratitude. There was guilt there. And I recognized it was a part of an old lack mentality, thinking that somehow I was sucking up the happiness. Somehow my happiness was impeding other people. That's not true. That's not at all true. That's an old untrue thought. Lackful. Yeah, perceiving resources as finite. When the truth is, what I create is mine. My pleasure is mine. It's all mine. I created it. I gave it to myself. I receive it. It doesn't touch anybody else. I'm not harming or impinging or impeding upon anybody else's creation or receipt of that same satisfaction. Not at all. In fact, not only am I not stopping anybody, I'm empowering them. My service to others is in my pleasure. My service to all is in the service to myself. I am love, and I love to love, and I am the most benefit when I am loving and enjoying the satisfaction of that, and knowing I'm worthy of it. There's always more of it for me to explore, to enjoy. It's eternal. It's endless. And look at that. Justice, third card in. Justice coming in. Everything being delivered to us. Nothing stops it. And there's that Six of Cups and the Two of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune underneath it. Nothing stops it. Nothing stops your blessings coming in. Oh, they've been out there for a long time. Circling, waiting for a chance. The resistance is wearing thin because the desire is growing stronger. See, that's part of the magic. Everything fuels your desire. Everything serves your desire. It serves to intensify and clarify it. So even when you have resistance, it's just cranking up your desire. And eventually you reach the point where either your resistance dips enough or your desire gets so strong that it supersedes. It always does. It always is. Your desire is just going to get stronger than your resistance. So, I mean, when you have a limp desire, you have weak desire, and then you got some resistance to it, there's kind of nothing going on. You're stagnant there. But you're going to get more contrast. That's going to fuel and clarify your desire, and it's going to get bigger. It's going to get bigger than your resistances. Even if you got a strong stream of that going, I promise you the stream of well-being and goodness is bigger than any resistance you could throw in its path. And your desire supersedes all of it, especially when you start installing thoughts like that. My desire wins. My desire wins every time. Everything follows the path of least resistance. And even when I have as much resistance as I can throw out there in front of it, it doesn't stop my desire from reaching me quickly, easily, with grace. Nothing stops my desire. Nothing stops me from receiving it. We can't miss each other. All that shuffling, and it just came back. Nothing stops me from receiving it. That's what I said when I stopped shuffling here. It's coming. Look at that. The magician. Yeah, suddenly, it's time for this to be resolved. We have everything we need for this to happen. It's been looping around for a while. No more. It's time for this to physically manifest. I get that really powerfully. To actually receive the fully manifested form of this. For these connections to take place in physical reality. The energy is too strong. Again, it's already happened. It's already flowed. This has already happened. You can't stop it. I want to speak more about that, but I don't have the words for it, so I'm not going to. It's just, yeah, it's already happened. What? Yeah. I was gonna say, it's just this expression. What's already happened? The confession, the oversharing, the movement towards, the full just dumping out of this is everything that I feel. That energy has already flowed. It flowed a long time ago. And we're realizing that now. I had this realization. I relate to this. I'm a part of this soulmate cycle. I have been. And pulling on it for the past year has been, a profound experience for me. But also, I've been blind. I was blinding myself to the way that I was feeling. I shut it down. Because I was in love the whole time. And I was running from it. And I was looking for that person in other people. All of the same shit that the masculine has pulled. That's why I understand and relate to and can express for the masculine energy. Because I get that. Because I was that. I'm that. Okay? I get it. And everybody's shitting all over the masculine. They're not the only ones who were runners in this cycle. Just saying. But I get it. And I understand what it's like to be so up in your head that you just shut down emotions that are so strong and you feel so good and you're like, how is this possible? Can't be. Your brain just says it's not allowed. It can't be real. We have nothing to compare this to. There is no data that we have on this subject. It's just, this is off the charts. It must be extraneous. It's an outlier. Rule it out. Set it aside, But it keeps coming back. And then you finally reach the point, something happens, and you reach the point where you go, oh my God, I missed it for so long. How did I miss this in myself? I was running from it. I was looking away from it. I was so afraid of what happened to even admit it. Even to acknowledge it was such a threat to all of this identity that felt safe and secure and really comfortable being alone and not caring, just so detached, really don't give a fuck about anything. And then here is something that I give all the fucks about, and I can't not, because they're just all there. I give all the fucks for this. Every last one. I will unearth them. I will pull them out of my back pocket There's so much love for this, so much emotion, so much feeling. This feels so good, and it's so beyond the comprehension of the mind. It makes no sense to the mind, but it feels more right than anything ever has. And so it makes all the sense. And the brain is fighting it the whole way because it can't reconcile this difference. But ultimately you realize, from the very first moment I saw you, feminine, that is what masculine says to feminine. From the first moment I saw you, I wanted this. The first moment I saw you, I loved you completely. I had no explanation for it. It sprouted forth fully formed within me, as though it had always been there, because it has always been there. Because it seems to just be and is the very most essential part of me. It's just the central strand of my tapestry, and that strand has written all over it my love for you. That's what it is. That's what's there. And feeling and sounding perhaps like a crazy person to walk up to feminine and say, I love you completely, and I am devoted to you, and I will follow you anywhere, because I have, lifetime after lifetime, because this is what I do. This is just, and it's not a sacrifice, it's not a struggle, it's my desire. My desire is to be with you, is to follow you. And I do that because it feels good to me. My love for you feels so fucking good to me that I won't stop it. I don't want to, and I don't have to, so I'm not going to. I just fucking love you, okay? Can I put that out there for masculine? Too feminine? Oh, I'm dropping cards now. There's that Knight of Wands at the bottom. Yeah. There's a portion of this that is that we've never felt emotions like this before. And so masculine energy doesn't know how to handle it necessarily. And thank God for my Piscean moon. Dropping more cards. God. Wow. Okay, hang on. Because I struggled enough with this without that emotional depth and capacity. And God, do I feel for masculine energies that don't have water in their charts, because that's hard, okay? That's hard, man. But the cards that fell out are the Star and the Wheel of Fortune. This has been... Destined is not even enough to describe it. Written in the stars, not enough to describe it. This has always been in motion. And when I say always, I mean from the beginning of everything, because that's what it is, and that's why it's so overwhelming to masculine energy to realize this, that they have always loved feminine. That's how it works. We all have both parts. I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain this. Probably not. But I'm going to try. It's continuously descending fractals, right? There is the greatest self that is the highest dimension and contains all. And that is ourself. That's ourself. But that self is continuously expressing, and because it contains all of these aspects. It is masculine and feminine, and each of those components has its own masculine and feminine, and so forth and so on. And so it's like this sort of branching family tree that goes on forever. Each of us as a soul has a masculine and a feminine aspect. When we were born as souls, I'm leaving out all the parts because there's all kinds of stuff I don't understand, of course. At some point along this trail of branching masculine, feminine, all of which is ourself, there is an individual expression that is your soul as experienced in this incarnation. And that soul it is sort of split. You are never without your counterpart energy. It's always a part of you. But the illusion of this experience is imagining and experiencing what the separation from that would be like. Because you're born together, you're born as a mated pair. Perfect match. But what does it mean to be a perfect match? How do you have any comprehension of what that means? All of this is an exploration of self. The self wants to know and understand itself. It wants to experience itself. It is what it is, but it can't understand what it is without experiencing what it isn't. So it dreams up this world that's full of isn'ts, that's full of nots, full of other, and this illusion of separation, so that it can understand truly what it is and what it means to be connected. So what does it mean to have a perfect match? What does it mean to have a counterpart? What does it mean to be masculine and feminine as singularity and duality, and a greater singularity of the duality? What does it mean to be a self and to witness a whole self and to be witnessed by a whole self? This is not making sense, but the second masculine energy within, because that is your self experienced in this form, lays eyes on your soul, which is your feminine energy. You fall in love with yourself. You fall in love with your soul. You see all the beauty and magic and the unconditional love that your soul is, which is you. But do you get it? You're always two of you. And when you see that and you fall in love with that, because that's just the most natural thing in the world, that's just inspired, all you want is to follow your soul. You see? All you want, you go, oh my God, I love you. You know all the things that I want. You're just great. You're perfect. Let me just be with you. That's all I want. You know where you're going. Guide me to all the things, and let's just do this together. I don't want to do this alone. I want to do this with you. I love you. That's what internal masculine says to internal feminine. That's what spirit or mind says to soul. That's the way it feels. And you fall in love with yourself, and you feel that part of yourself in love with this part of yourself. And when you have that experience internally, you have that experience externally, because everything is a reflection of you, and that energy that you're in love with exists in multiple dimensions. It exists within you and it exists without. I'm going to stop here, but it's too much to explain. It is too much for the mind to comprehend. Look at that. What were we just talking about? If I pull the Empress, I will just leave and drive to Vegas. But yeah, I don't need to repeat myself. The second masculine energy sees feminine, whether it is within or without. And when you see it within, you see it without. Okay? When you fall in love with yourself inside, you meet yourself outside, and you fall in love even more deeply with that. The rest of yourself, more of yourself. There's death again, leading us back to, yeah. Everything you know about yourself changes. Everything you thought you were, everything masculine thought it was, because when you meet your soul, you understand that's what you are. And all of this other stuff is stripped away. It just falls apart. And suddenly the choice is clear. This. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's leading me. But I want this. Whatever feels like this. That's what I want. Suddenly the mind is allowing the soul to guide it. Suddenly masculine is allowing feminine to guide it. And as it lets that happen internally, it happens externally. And that's the way it's designed to work. For masculine to support feminine, to be just a half step behind her. Hand on her back, not guiding, not pushing, just resting, supporting, following, actually. Just wanting to be in constant contact with her. Just that. Just to be there. Tell me about this Knight of Wands. And it's time for the armor to come off. We're appreciating having the armor stripped off. We have a new appreciation for the experience of loss of identity. You get that judgment, karma. What were we talking about too? It's time for this to resolve. This is a contract that is playing out. And when I say contract, it's a natural contract. It's a natural law. It's just the course of nature. There's just no other way for this to happen. It is the most natural thing, and you're not going to defy natural law. What's on top? 7 of Wands. Where we were fighting against it, we want to stand up and fight for it now. That's the role of masculine. That's how it's supposed to shift, is to realize I've been fighting against everything I want. Now that I'm aligned with my desire, now that I'm embracing feminine energy and allowing it to flow and following that feeling, that's all I want. All I want is to follow this. I have this power. The power of masculine is in permitting the desire of feminine to flow. The power of feminine is desiring, is wanting, is going, oh, I like that. I like that. Give me some of that. The power of masculine is saying, yes, you like that. Let's go for it. Yes, that's good. Yes, let's do it. Why is the 7 of Wands here? Come on. I'm not making this up. 2 of Cups. Contract, again, soulmates coming together, balancing. It's all the same thing. Where we fought against this, we're fighting for it. The soul is guiding us. The feminine energy within is guiding us to the feminine energy without. I'm speaking from the perspective of masculine because that's my experience of this. I don't know how it works the other way. But, I mean, for the feminine, it is about the increase of masculine energy in gaining that confidence in herself, supporting herself, feeling safe in herself and saying, yes, I'm just going to do this because I want to. Oh, my love is headed towards me, so I'm gonna finish this up. What are we just talking about? Going towards. Oh, I love it so much. I love it, I love it, I love it. For the masculine, it's about receiving, too. About being open to receive, feeling worthy of receiving the love of feminine. Trusting her. It's a lot more about trusting as opposed to confidence. All right, tell me about this King of Cups. She'll be here very soon, so I'm going to stop. Tell me about this King of Cups. Oh, come on. King of Cups. Tell me about the King of Cups. There's nothing else to tell. He's in a lot of pain. That's what I got for you. This is coming out. Terrified that he's missed this. Terrified that he's missed this. And going for it. We can't hold back. Because again, this has already happened. Yeah, can't hold back. Resistance is thin. Nothing, it's futile. Nothing is keeping this in. The truth is clear. It's time for this to spill. The sun is coming out. Nothing is stopping this. It feels so fucking good. We gotta do this. Tell me about the sun. And it is that feeling too of, I can't believe how long I've fought this. I've been fighting against myself and what it is that I want. I can't believe how long I've fought this. Everything I just said. I've been deceiving myself. I've been lying to myself. I've been keeping it in. I can't hold it back any longer. I can't lie. I'm on the stand in front of the judge, the divine judge of myself, the court of my own emotion. It's time to go. It's time for this to happen, for the masculine energy to move, to strip off that armor, to charge bravely in, because it wants something new. It wants to build. It's letting everything else fall behind, everything that it thought it was. All of the stuff, all of the safety, the realm of material possessions, all of the old egoic identities. I don't care. All I want is you. I'm coming in to work with you. I'm starting at ground zero. I don't know anything. I am a child here. I'm ignorant, but I want to be here and I will learn along the way. That's the feeling. Final 3 cards. Thank you, Spirit. Page of Wands. I want it to work. Oh, look at that. There's 2. communication. I want it to work so bad that I'm going for it because I can't stand not. I'm seeing how the anxiety has stopped me, and there's that Queen of Cups. Big love coming through. I'm seeing how the anxiety has stopped me from flowing everything that I want and that feels good to me. I've been keeping myself from my desire, and that's just making this more painful. I have the choice to liberate myself, and that liberation is coming towards you and speaking my truth fully, completely. Being fresh, being curious. I want this adventure with you. I'm going to stop this right here because she's going to walk through that door any moment, and I'm going to go fucking kiss her. So that's what's happening. Masculine energy is coming in one way or another. This resonates with me. I intend it does with you. I would love to know. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you feel so inclined. Do what feels good to you. Follow your desire. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. I love you. Take it easy.